So good evening and welcome. So welcome to the Wednesday Spirituality and Healing Meet, and welcome to the new year. So very happy new year to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the series in conversations is the series in the Wednesday program that we are having is Conversations with God, and today is session number 7. And before we start the session with the subtopic of Life of a Jivan Mukta, Divinity in Relationships, that is the topic we are on to. But before that, anybody has any kind of questions, we can take that up regarding the earlier sessions. So any questions from the earlier sessions, anything you would like to ask, anything you would like to share, you please feel welcome. Please feel free to share that, ask any questions. And meanwhile, we will move on with the session. Right. So who would like to go first? Any questions? Santoshi, anything from your side? How is life? What is happening? Any questions you have?
All good till now. Thank you for asking.
All right, good. Okay, Sylvia ji, anything from your side? Last session you had attended, so anything, any questions you have, anything you would like to share?
Nothing much to share as of now. We can continue.
Okay, that's fine. Santosh ji. Sylvia ji, anything you would like to share? No, that's perfect. All right, so with the note of very happy new year to all of you, let us start the session, and welcome Taruna ji. So let us start the session. And let us continue with the discussion that I was having with Mr. Dharampuri. So Dharampuri ji has given a situation. Okay. Now there are many things, many tough situations in our life. There are many times, many tough situations in our life, and people give us a lot of advices. So we have some religious practices that we follow. Maybe our Kul Guru, maybe our, the goddess whom we follow or the God whom we follow, right? And unless we do the necessary practices, you think that you haven't done the worship, and so the hardships will not go away. How many of us have faced this situation before? You have faced this situation before in life? Yeah, any tough situation comes and we feel that we haven't done the necessary prayers or the rituals at the temples of our worship, place of worship. And because of that, our hardships are not going away. Now, it could be any practice, it could be any belief. So what is behind all this? What is behind all the religious practices? Let's have some discussion on that. Because we, again, remember the topic, we are talking of conversations with God. And we have to come to a universal truth. Right? So what is the belief system? And what is the truth behind the religious practices? Let's have a look at it. And that will give an answer to Dharampuri ji, who has raised this question. It's something pertaining to his life. Right? So who would like to go first?
Can I say something which comes into my mind is some of the practices or quite a few of the practices that we do, I think it's out of fear that if we don't do this, the thought that God will punish us in this way or he will take this thing away from us. I have noticed this, many of them people talk like that, or even at times, probably initially, I also used to do that. So out of fear, lots of practices are followed.
Correct. So very good point, Sylvia ji. Let's acknowledge Sylvia ji for the very good observation. So out of fear, we follow the religious practices out of fear. Religion always teaches fear. Let me tell you that. Because religious is a concept of the society. Spirituality is a concept of, not concept, spirituality is something very personal. Religion is pertaining to the society. Correct? And society, what does it teach you? The society mind, what will it teach you? Fear. God is a punishing God. So you become God-fearing instead of God-loving. So all the religious practices are rooted in this, you can say, belief that God is punishing and God will punish you if you don't do the right practices. And that is behind the thought, or that fear is behind all the religious practices. So is that point well taken? Dharampuri ji, is that point well taken? And that if it becomes your belief system, what will happen? Your belief system is running your life. So now a religious practice is becoming the foundation of your belief system. Unless I do this, I will never get happiness. Unless I do this, the hardships will not go away. Now it has become a belief system with you. Now, if it has become a belief system in you, now you better do that religious practice. Otherwise, your belief system is going to run your life and you will face the hardships forever. So either you break the belief system. What is the belief system? You should come to a universal truth. And what is the universal truth? First of all, God is all loving. God doesn't punish you. And God doesn't reward you. You get rewarded or punished by your own karmas. That is the law of karma. Cause and effect. Whatever you are experiencing now is the effect of something which you have done, which is the cause. That means your earlier karma are creating the situations in your life right now. That is the right understanding. That is the universal truth. Correct? So what you need to do? Change your belief system to a universal law and then improve your quality of karma so that you can tide over the present situation. That is the universal truth. That is the right understanding. And possibly if God were to come in front of you and teach you, this is what God will tell you. So how many of you are okay with this explanation? Okay. Okay. Santoshji, is that okay with you? Right? Yes. So Dharapuriji, did you get an answer to that? Are you there? Okay. So whenever he joins, we will get an answer from him. But that is the universal truth behind all the religious practices. Okay. Now, if we say some religious practices can move you forward on the spiritual journey, is it true? Some religious practices can actually move you forward on the spiritual journey. Yes, it can. So going to the temple every day and praying, yes. If you are just being grateful to God, and if going to the temple makes your connection with the divine perfect, then you are moving forward on the spiritual journey. So whatever you do, you should not do that to please God. God doesn't need to be pleased, right? That will be reflected in your quality of your karma. That is important. So if you're going to the temple, that is a good karma. And if you're getting a good connection with the God, you will move forward on the spiritual journey. When I say temple, I mean any place of worship, right? Whatever you believe in. So it could be Gurdwara, it could be mosque, it could be church, wherever you want to go. Okay. So if your connection with the divine is perfect and you are getting that connection, wherever you do go, whatever you do is your sadhana, then it will move you forward on the spiritual journey. So religious practices are good if it is bringing out a difference in you. It is bringing out a transformation in you, obviously on the positive side. Then it makes sense. But just doing a religious practice out of fear is not going to help you anyway, because you will only be rooted more in fear. If it happens, if the desired result comes, still you will be rooted in fear. If the desired result doesn't come, you will always be in fear. So where did you get the freedom? You're not getting any freedom there. And it doesn't make you God loving anyway. It is going to make you more God fearing. So that is not the solution. That is what the answer would be. And that is what I would say here. Right? Okay, good. So with this question, we will move on with the main topic for today. Relationships. So we have three major areas of our life: health, wealth, and relationships. Right? And if you are divine, not if you're divine, you are divine. So when you are experiencing and expressing your divinity, it should show in all the areas. So if you're suffering from a disease, let's take health first. Before we come to relationships, let's take health first. So if you're suffering from some kind of a disease, some kind of ailment, some kind of illness, what does it mean? That your divinity is not being expressed in terms of health. There is still some karma which is coming to you, because the disease is what? This is a result. This is the effect of some karma that you have done in the past. So you have to break through that. So you get the proper treatment done, have faith in the divine, go through the process, and then overcome that disease. Because disease is something telling you that something is not right in your system. So you take care of your disease and then you move forward with the firm belief that I am becoming healthier and healthier day by day. Same situation with wealth. If you are struggling in job, if you are struggling to earn your income, if you are not making any progress, profits, the same thing here in the wealth, right? You have to increase your experience and expression of divinity in the area of wealth. So health and wealth we will keep aside. Let's move on to relationships, because that is the main topic. How do you experience and express divinity in relationships when you are a WIP, work in progress, for being a Jivan Mukta, for a person who is looking for enlightenment, moksha, nirvana, whatever you want to say. So let us understand the basic purpose of relationship. What is the purpose of a relationship? Any relationship, by the way. What is the purpose of a relationship? Let's have a discussion. Then we will see how to bring divinity in that.
Having faith on the partner.
You will say that?
Having faith on the partner with whom we are being, whether it is friend or family members or someone. So
Okay.
if you are in a relationship, you will always have a trust or faith.
You will always find what?
Like to have a trust or faith.
No, I still can't get it. Whether it is family, friend, or you said family, friend, or anyone, what are you looking at? Purpose?
Trust or faith.
Trust or faith. Okay, got it. So you faith you have in the divine. So let us have trust. Trust in the relationships. Okay. So okay, fine. So relationship is basically, you are saying whether it is family or friends, the basic element is trust should be there in the relationship, right? Okay, but that is what is making you the quality of a relationship. Trust is something which will make the quality, which will measure the quality of a relationship. I'm asking why get into a relationship? What is the purpose of a relationship? What will you say?
To feel loved.
To feel loved. Okay. So you mean to say if there is a relationship, then you can experience and express love. That will be the right language.
Right.
Yeah. So you experience and express love in that relationship with that person. So you have, that is the basic nature or basic need that you have. Correct? Okay, that is good. That's a good answer. So purpose of relationship is to experience and express love. I will add a few more adjectives there or qualities there. The purpose of a relationship is to experience and express
joy,
your essential nature, which is love, peace, and happiness. So you are love, you are peace, you are happiness, and then what you're doing is you are experiencing and expressing this with the other people.
Right.
That is the purpose of a relationship. Okay. Now, consider the situation. Somebody says, I was incomplete before I met you. Now, consider a romantic relationship. I was incomplete before, and then I got married, and then I became complete. You are in for a real disaster, let me tell you that. Why is that? If you are starting the equation with the statement that I am incomplete, I am part, I am half circle, then I meet another half circle, and then I become a full circle. Sorry, that is not the way it works. If you are a half circle, you are coming from a place of lack. You're coming from a place of scarcity. Another half is not going to make you a full circle. Another half will keep looking at you and then ask you to complete that circle. You will look at that circle and then say, complete my circle. And both of you will be wanting. Nothing is going to happen there. Both of you are asking for love. Correct? And who is the one who is giving it? Nobody is willing to give anything in the relationship. So the basic equation you have to understand. You are whole. You are complete. You are perfect. You don't need anything. You don't lack anything. You are full of love, peace, and happiness. You don't need this from anyone. Now, the purpose of a relationship is to experience and express this love, peace, and happiness that you already have. And the fact that you are whole, complete, and perfect, share this with the other person. That is the purpose of relationship. The purpose of relationship is to give, not to receive. But 99.99% times, what happens? You enter into a relationship with a lot of expectation. I want love. I want security. I want peace. That's why I am entering into a relationship with you. And the other person has also his own agenda. Yes or no? How long will this relationship last? Till you become totally disgusted and fed up. Then you say it doesn't work. Let me look for another person who is going to make me whole and complete. If you are feeling that you are lacking, if you are not whole and complete, if you are not perfect, you cannot get that from any relationship. Get that? So this is a very, very powerful understanding or the truth that you need to know, that in relationship, nobody can make you whole, complete, and perfect. Nobody can make you feel loved. Nobody can give you that peace and happiness. It is your own responsibility. First, you have to be whole, complete, perfect. You have to fill yourself with love, peace, happiness. And then you can enter into any relationship and share that with that person in that relationship. Making sense? Let's have some sharing. Let's have some sharing. What are you getting out of this?
So that means a purpose of a relationship is to share.
Obviously.
So just to share whatever you have.
Give, not take anything. Give. How do you share your tiffin with your friends in school? You used to do that, right? Here is my lunch. खाओ. Automatically वहां से आता था ये है मेरा lunch. खाओ. दोनों मिलके खाते थे, बड़े खुश थे. राइट? अब क्या खाते हैं? मैं तो अपना खाऊंगा, तुम्हारे टिफिन से भी खाऊंगा. मेरे टिफिन में तो कुछ है नहीं, तुम अपने टिफिन में से खिलाओ. वो कह रहे मेरे टिफिन में भी कुछ नहीं है, तुम मुझे खिलाओ. दोनों नहीं खा रहे हैं, दोनों भूखे हैं, दोनों लड़ रहे हैं. That is what is happening in a relationship today. You get the difference? If your tiffin is full, you can share that with others. And if their tiffin is full, you can share that also, and you can have both the worlds. और तुम्हारा ही टिफिन खाली है और तुम बोलो मेरे इसमें खाना दो, दूसरा टिफिन भी खाली है, वो कह रहा मेरे इसमें खाना दो, तो तुम क्या दोगे? तुम्हारे पास है ही नहीं. फिर दोनों लड़ रहे हैं, तुमने मुझे नहीं खाना दिया, तुमने मुझे खाना नहीं दिया. खाना मीन्स सिंबल ऑफ व्हाटएवर, लव, पीस, हैप्पीनेस, security, whatever you want to put it. That is the tiffin that you're sharing, and you don't have anything with you. That is what you think. The problem is that you think you don't have anything. Whereas you are whole, you are complete, you are perfect. You are full of love, peace, and happiness. You are the ocean of love, peace, and happiness. You are divine. Get that? That is why relationships are failing. So what will God teach you? Universal truth. What is the universal truth? The purpose of relationship is to give, not to take. And you are divine, you are whole, you are complete, you are perfect, lacking nothing, needing nothing. Now enjoy your life. So where will that come from? First, you have to be full of self-love. You have to love yourself first. Get connected with divine, love yourself first, fill yourself up with divine love, and then share that love with everybody. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that is the only way to live life, and that is the only way to enjoy relationships. The closest you experience that is when you are experiencing your relationship with your mother. That is the closest of unconditional love. The mother doesn't expect anything from the child then. Just a smile is good enough. Right? And she is willing to die for her child. I'm talking of a newborn child, or maybe up to 5 years old. Till he has developed his ego. Till then what? Mother is absolutely showering unconditional love to the child, right? So that mother-child relationship is the closest that can come to the divine love. Otherwise, unconditional love you can expect only from the divine, not from any human being. Human being के साथ unconditional love हो ही नहीं सकता. You come with so much of expectations. Even the mother-son relationship after 30 years, when the son is 30 years old, it becomes totally different. Right? But initially, the mother-child relationship is something which you can consider as unconditional love. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, let's have some people share, and then we will move on with the other details of relationships. So what is opening up? What is opening up in this discussion? See your relationships. See the most important relationship, or rather the one which is not working right now. And see what are you bringing into that relationship. Expectations, blame, guilt, anger. और क्या ला रहे हो जब रिलेशनशिप सही नहीं चल रही है? What are you bringing in?
Anger, resentment.
Anger, resentment, yes. Praveen ji is saying. You just read out from the chat. How to teach the children to be first complete in himself or herself and then get married. Okay. All right. So all human beings are basically, in essence, they are souls, right? So relate to each human being as a soul and teach them this first, that you are divine. When they know that they are divine, they will be full. They will not be lacking anything. They will not be needing anything. Teach them you are whole, you are complete, you are perfect. You are divine. You don't need anything from anyone. Of course, as a child, physical requirements would be there. Materialistic requirements would be there. Correct? They are not earning, so they will need the pocket money. They will need the money for their tuitions and all that. That's a different thing. They need food, clothing, and shelter. That's a different thing. Basically, at the emotional level, they don't need anything from. We are talking of entering into a relationship, right? So entering into a relationship, you should know that you are whole, you are complete, you are perfect, you are divine. Don't lack anything, don't need anything. You are full of love, peace, and happiness, and share this love, peace, and happiness with people around. And children do that initially. They share their lunch, they share their books, they share their time, they share their joy with everybody. Till society teaches them all this is wrong, it doesn't make sense. You have to be above them. Cutthroat competition. So the race to number one starts. The competition, comparison, all that will make them, okay, I'm not as good as that person, so I lack. That feeling of lack will come from the society mind. So you can teach your children, you're whole, you're complete, you're perfect, you're divine. Rest of the things they will take it up as their journey starts. So Parvinji, that is the answer to your little query. Right? Let's have more people share. What is opening up? Look into your life, look into your relationships, and see when a relationship is working, what are you giving in that relationship? Not what you're taking, what you are giving in that relationship. And when a relationship is not working, what are you giving in that relationship? तब क्लैरिटी मिलेगी आपको दोनों में क्या फर्क है. Look at one relationship which is working, look at one relationship which is not working, or which did not work before, and see what were you bringing into that. Whenever you are bringing in negativity into a relationship, your expectations, your feeling of hatred, jealousy, anger, fear, insecurity, and like Santosh ji said, trust. ट्रस्ट ही नहीं है तो रिलेशनशिप कैसे चलेगा? That is a foundation, right? You're always doubting the other person. Even when the person says I love you, you're doubting. झूठ बोल रहे. या चलो आज तो ठीक है, कल पता नहीं क्या होगा इसका. So you are always in insecurity. आज तो बोल दिया, पता कल छोड़ के जाएगा तो क्या होगा? If tomorrow he leaves me, then what happens? So you are always doubting. Even when the person is proposing and saying I love you, you still doubt him. And then one day he says I don't love you. He says it's देखा, मुझे मालूम था. I knew that he never loved me. You have actually pushed him out of your life by doubting him. No trust. So look into your life. That's what I'm saying. So you will get an insight into the relationships which are working and the relationships which are not working. What are you bringing into that relationship? And that will give you an idea of how to bring divinity into that relationship. Only when you experience and express divinity, only then the divinity will come into that relationship. Yes? So I don't want to make it a very heavy session. So let's have some people share. What is opening up? What is opening up? So all of us have relationships. Some of us are currently in relationships. Some of us had bad relationship in the before. And now the relationships might have been might be better now. So you can make a comparison very fast. So let's have some people share. You don't have to get into the details, but just share what is opening up for you as a learner. Who would like to share? Lost in thought. Introspection. Okay, good.
कोई नहीं बोल रहा तो मैं बोलती हूँ.
हाँ जी, बोलिए.
So ये जो गिव एंड टेक या रिलेशनशिप्स वाला बात कर रहे हैं हम, जो आपने बोला कि हम बिल्कुल अनकंडीशनल या बिना एक्सपेक्टेशन के जब हम किसी को वी गिव रिस्पेक्ट, लव और एनीथिंग, है ना, जैसे भी इमोशंस हैं हमारे. सो ये मैंने अभी पीछे बहुत सारा एक्सपीरियंस किया है ये. पहले एक्सपेक्टेशंस के साथ, फिर बिना एक्सपेक्टेशंस के साथ. तो मुझे इतना फर्क तो पता चलता है अभी कि when it was without expectations I was happy, क्योंकि कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन था ही नहीं कि ये वापस करेगा नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन ही नहीं था. बट हाँ, इतना है कि जब वो वाला एनर्जी चला जाता है ना आपका कि ये डाउट कर रहा है, तो सामने वाला ना स्माइल करके रिस्पॉन्स देता है. और जब हम हमेशा डाउट में करते हैं, अच्छा मैंने इसको अभी ये गिफ्ट दिया था, इसको थैंक्स बोलना चाहिए था, या फिर इसको मेरे को वापस करना चाहिए था, या किसी तरह से रेसिप्रोकेट करना चाहिए था, तब वो जो इनसिक्योरिटी या वो जो डाउट है वो आपकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज में भी जाता है सामने वाले को, तो वहां पे एंजाइटी आती है. बट अब मेरा क्वेश्चन है यहाँ पे कि एक वो टाइम था जब इनसिक्योरिटी से ऑपरेट कर रहे थे, अब एक ये एटीट्यूड आ गया कि हाँ, बिना एक्सपेक्टेशन के ऑपरेट करना है, और कुछ करे ना करे उसको उस पे छोड़ दो अगर आप उसको अनकंडीशनल लव करते हो तो. लेकिन कहाँ पे जाके फुल स्टॉप लगाना चाहिए, बिकॉज हम हमेशा भी ऐसे नहीं कर सकते कि आप ये सोच रहे हो कि अच्छा ये कभी रिस्पॉन्स ही नहीं दे रहा, सामने वाला करके भी रिस्पॉन्स नहीं दे रहा, तो फिर कहीं ना कहीं उसको एंड करना चाहिए ना.
ओके, सो दैट इज योर कॉल. कब तक करना है आप डिसाइड करोगे ना. आपका रिलेशनशिप उसके साथ चलना है या नहीं चलना है, हाउ लॉन्ग इट्स गोइंग टू गो, वेदर यू वांट दैट पर्सन इन योर लाइफ और नॉट, दैट एंटायरली डिपेंड्स ऑन यू. But the point here is that when you are doing that with full love, peace and happiness, you're sending that energy to them, they will respond. I'm not saying they will come into your life. Okay, mind my words. All I'm saying is they will reciprocate that energy sooner or later. है ना. तो सोल टू सोल कनेक्शन या सोल टू सोल रिलेशनशिप में तो लव, पीस एंड हैप्पीनेस रखना ही है हर रिलेशनशिप में, चाहे वो आपके साथ है या नहीं है, चाहे वो इस समय आपकी जिंदगी में है या नहीं है, चाहे वो इस दुनिया में है या नहीं है. राइट. So it could be your parents, it could be your grandparents, it could be, whoever.
Right.
If somebody who has moved out of your life, you still have that energy of love, peace and happiness to them. Because ये लाइफ टाइम भी तो पिक्चर अभी बाकी है ना, अगली लाइफ टाइम भी बाकी है. तो अगले जन्म में आएंगे वो फिर से वापस. हाँ, तो जिस एनर्जी के साथ छोड़ा उसी एनर्जी के साथ वापस आएंगे. सो ऑलवेज एंश्योर that in a relationship, the foundation of the relationship is love, peace and happiness. This energy should go from you as a soul to everybody else as a soul. उसके बाद जो होना होगा आपके कार्मिक रिलेशनशिप के मुताबिक वो इस जन्म में होगा, जो नहीं होना होगा वो नहीं होगा, वो अगले जन्म में होगा. So you have to give that much leverage, जिसको बोलते हैं ना, छोड़ दो, let go. अगर वो वापस आ गए तो आपका था, आपका है, नहीं आया तो कभी आपका था ही नहीं, जाने दो उसे. So there is no question of till what time do I have to do this. You keep doing that only. जो होना होगा होगा, लोग आएंगे जाएंगे. Just like your body comes and goes, your thought comes and goes, relationship will come and go. बाहर की दुनिया में वस्तु, व्यक्ति, परिस्थिति आएंगे जाएंगे. अटैच नहीं होना है, एक्सपीरियंस करना है, लेसन सीखना है, आगे बढ़ना है. That is life. Don't get attached to anything. Enjoy the life, move on. The quality of a relationship doesn't depend on how long the relationship is lasting. Sometimes a 5-year relationship is much more blissful rather than a 20-year-old dragging relationship. जिसमें कोई लव है ही नहीं, इसमें कोई रेस्पेक्ट है ही नहीं, जी रहे हैं क्योंकि जिंदा है, तो उस रिलेशनशिप में दम नहीं. Yeah. So I'm not advocating that you go for short-term relationship. What I'm saying basically is that quality of a relationship has nothing to do with the duration of the relationship.
Right.
So you enjoy the life right now, enjoy your relationship right now with full self-respect and dignity.
Right.
Self-love रहेगा तो self-respect रहेगी. Self-expression रहेगा तो self-realization आएगी. You have to move on that path. Self-love, self-expression, self-realization, God realization. That is the journey. Making sense? ये ऊपर से चला गया.
Yes, yes.
Good. So take on that. जिसको आना होगा आएगा, जिसको जाना है जाने दो उसे. वो कभी आपका था ही नहीं. Doubt में मत जियो. Right? Okay, good, Shweta ji. It's acknowledgement because it's tough to share from your life and look into your life. First, that is tough, and then sharing about it is even tougher. So you did both of that. So very good. And I'm sure this will give you some insights. So move on accordingly and take your decisions. And okay, so Dharampuri ji is here. So Dharampuri ji, did you get that answer to your question? Did you listen to it? We discussed that. जो issue आपने बताया था वो हमने discuss किया. So did you get an answer?
No.
You didn't get an answer. So what is the confusion? Tell me.
You have to tell Guruji whether that puja system is correct or
that
not.
We discussed. You were not there. You left in the between or what? We discussed that issue that any puja, any religious practice is coming out of fear. And that will make you more God-fearing rather than God-loving.
Yeah.
So do only those practices where you feel that connection with the divine is established. If doing a practice, going to the temple and offering prayers improves your connection with the divine, go ahead and do it.
Okay.
But if it is only making you more God-fearing, don't do it.
Okay.
Because God is not going to punish you or reward you. It is your karmas who are going to punish and reward you. So take care of your karma. God is always loving.
Okay.
Yeah, so you don't have to do something because God is going to punish you. No. All your hardships are there because of your karma, not because of God.
Okay.
You created your karma. So you created your life situations. You handle it. When you are connected with the divine, God will give you that strength, that courage, that patience to move tide over any life situation. That is the universal truth that possibly the God will tell you. Correct?
Yeah.
So that is the learning. Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right.
Now I am clear.
Very good. So we discussed that. I think you missed out. So you can watch the recording as well. Yeah. All right, good. So let's acknowledge Maniji for that. All right. Anybody else who has any kind of question? Please go ahead. What is opening up? What is opening up in relationship? So Dharampuri ji's question was with relationship with God. We are talking of relationship with human beings right now. But that is included. So how you relate with God is actually how you relate with your parents. And how you relate with your parents is actually how you relate with everybody else in your life. So it's important. Okay. So it is all in the same thread. All right. Anybody else who has any question on relationships? So today our main participants are missing. Amadji is on a silent mode. In fact, he is not there. Sanjeev is not there. Tony is not there. And Sylvia ji is also a lot of introspection is happening. So she's not.
Guruji, as you told.
Go ahead.
Up to 35th of our age, our brothers, sisters are very affection and love with us. Remaining days, they were fully jealous on each other. Why?
Don't generalize it. You can say in my family, what I experienced is up to the age of 35, there was all love between all the siblings. Now, after the age of 35, that love is lost and jealousy and greed has come in. That's what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's not generalize it. There is no age of 35 after which the hatred and jealousy can come in. Hatred and jealousy can come in anytime, whenever love is not there. So now you see, what are you bringing into that relationship? Forget about them. What are you bringing into that relationship? Till the age of 35, you were bringing in love. That's all I can see.
Yeah.
You were bringing in love, and
I still
you
love
were
them.
reciprocating love. They were reciprocating that love with their love. So everything was fine. Who brought in greed and jealousy?
Brothers.
Okay. So in that case, you have to understand there is something in you which has attracted the jealousy part of them. Okay. So maybe a karmic relationship is there. Maybe something is there. So first accept that. Have a good communication and clarify that. Maybe some property dispute has come. Somebody has taken a bigger share. So that greed and jealousy has come in, which is obvious. So it is human. So sit down and discuss with them.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a clear-cut discussion. You did this. You took a greater share, or I got a greater share, so you became jealous, or you got a bigger share, so I am jealous. Whatever it is, sort it out. A few lakhs here and there, if you can save a relationship, because wealth is going only for this lifetime. Your relationship are going to last for lifetimes after that. So you should see in the longer run what is working for you. Yeah. I'm not saying wealth is not important. Let go of everything. I'm not saying that. Take what is due for you. Don't take something which is not yours. So greed and jealousy is a human nature. We can curtail it. But don't compromise that for love. That is what God will tell you. Right? Rest I leave it to your discretion. आप पता लगाओ क्या करने. Right? Okay, good. Yes. Anything else?
Is there any possibility to solve some critical situation, some problems through divine?
Divine will give you the strength to solve all the problems in your life. You have to solve it. You created it, so you will have to solve it. God did not create any problem. God did not create any life situation. You created it. But if you're connected with the divine, you will get the divine wisdom and you will get the divine power to solve any problem in your life. So focus on the connection with the divine first. Yes. Many times we just leave it to God. God, please handle this situation. Why should God handle the situation? You created it. You handle it. Why are you delegating your work to God? Yes, but if you get the connection with the God, right, He will bless you with love, peace, happiness, power, purity, divinity, bliss, wisdom. Use that strength and solve your problem. That is the way you handle life. God is not going to come and solve your problem with your boss. God is not going to come and solve your relationship problem with your wife. You have to do it. God has His own. In our stories, we know God has His own problems with His own wives. You handle your wife, He handles his wife. Yeah. Why are you involving Him in your life? Okay, that's said in a lighter way, no? But understand the problem. You created the problem, you solve it. You will get the divine wisdom if you seek. So seek the divine wisdom and solve your life. All right, good. So good discussions are coming up, and I hope I'm giving the clarity to you, right? All right, anybody else? Sylvia ji, आप बहुत सोच रही हैं.
I was thinking when we are talking about relationships, earlier there were times when I used to think that, I used to operate from the thought process that the person is going to go, and it would actually happen. The person would go. And I would be proved right, like you said, ke dekha aise hi hua, the person went. It's only now that I feel at peace with the thought that people came and they come and go, and whoever had to come taught me a lesson and moved on in life. So earlier I was in this thought process. There was a blame game going on, feeling hurt, saying certain, thinking bad about the other person. Now I'm at peace, and I relate to that episodes or things like that with, as you say, with love, and okay, it had to happen, had finished, did whatever. So I'm at peace there. That's one thing which I'm becoming present to. And how I was operating from the thought that the person is going to go away, I was just doing that and it would happen. So I could relate to that. That's what I was thinking about.
Very good, Sylvia. That's a very good understanding and nice wisdom that you have picked up.
Yeah.
And that is actually the purpose of relationship. But people will come into the relationship or come into your life only for two reasons. Either you have to contribute to them or they have to contribute to you. So take the contribution, take the learning and move on.
Yeah.
And when I say that the duration is not important, the lesson is important. The quality of relationship doesn't depend on the duration. But yes, it is good if it lasts for 30, 40 years, like married life lasting for 40 years, it is considered absolutely great. But then is love, peace and happiness there? Is the trust there? Are you having a blissful moment there? Do you still care for each other? That is important. Otherwise, dragging a relationship just for the sake of it doesn't serve the purpose of that relationship. That's all I meant. Right?
Yeah. Shashi, what just now the thing which you mentioned, like something being a relationship which is dragged on for years, for 30 years or things like that. And when you mention that till when, don't drag it on. But yahan pe I get little confused about, like you explained to Shweta, it is up to you to put an end to it or till when you want to drag it on.
Yeah.
It's left a little vague. I mean, should one carry it on till the end and complete your karmic connections till the time you die, or leave it in between? Then what do you know? That confusion is what I'm.
Yeah. So first of all, the checkpoint will be: are you experiencing love, peace, and happiness in that relationship? Which means, are you involving yourself in self-love first and then sending that love to the other person? If you're doing that, keep on doing it. Because then when the karmic relationships are healed, the relationship will become either blissful or it will simply end. कार्मिक रिलेशनशिप खत्म होने के बाद कोई भी रिलेशनशिप नहीं रहेगी. If two souls have come to a conclusion that karmic relationships are over, that soul will move on in whichever way, either leave the body or leave you, whichever way it will work, or you will leave them. तो कई बार होता है ना, the husband wife decide कि enough is enough, अब हमको अलग होना है, और वो पीसफुली अलग भी हो जाते हैं. अगर कार्मिक रिलेशनशिप पूरे हो चुके हैं, they will peacefully move away from each other. नहीं है, ड्रैग हो रहा है, यानी कि कोर्ट केस चल रहा है, फिर डिवोर्स पे पड़े हुए, अलग अलग रह रहे हैं, सेपरेटेड रह रहे हैं, पर हस्बैंड वाइफ हैं, राइट. पूरा सॉल्व हो जाएगा तो वन ऑफ देम would even leave the body, and then the relationship ends. So what I'm saying is that you don't have to wait for the person to leave the body and go. You can end the relationship in such a way that every day you can heal your relationship, so the next morning is a new relationship. It's a new day every day. Then you are not dragging that relationship. Then you are enjoying that blissful life every day. Somewhere I read it. Success of a married life is to fall in love with the same wife every day. So every day you fall in love with your partner. It's a new day. It's a new partner every day. Because you have changed overnight and she has also changed overnight, or spouse has changed. So every day you will find a new you falling in love with your partner. That is the secret of marriage. Dragging means you are still carrying that anger, resentment, hatred, jealousy, सब कुछ लेके बैठे हुए हो. कोई love, peace और happiness नहीं है उसमें, कुछ भी नहीं है उसमें, and then you are dragging it on. So that won't work. Then the purpose of relationship is gone. That is all I meant. The relationship is meant to give you the experience of divinity. And the first step of divinity is to have trust. You care. You have love, peace, and happiness in that relationship. That is important. That is only possible when you are fully entrenched in self-love. You are filled with love, and then you share that love with everybody. So at some point of time, that love will be reciprocated from the other end, whether you are with them or not. That's all I mean. Yeah. And if some person has left, many times it happens. Parents die early, and the child is not able to adjust. The child is blaming the parents for having left. अरे उनकी जान चली गई भाई, They left the body and gone. You are still not excusing them for that. You have not forgiven them for that. You left me alone. And they have a grudge against their parents. You left me alone when I was a kid. Now you have to understand that that will come only with maturity, not at that time, but later on you have to be wise enough to forgive them and move on. Correct? तो जब भी कोई जाता है, karmic relationship खत्म हो गई इसलिए जा रहा है. Accept it. Send energy of love, peace and happiness and move on. No need for the blame. Okay? And when you are moving away, there could also be a feeling of guilt. तो कार्मिक रिलेशनशिप खत्म हो गया तो वो जाना ही है, तो ना ब्लेम रखना है ना गिल्ट रखना है. ये दोनों आपको दीमक की तरह खोखला कर देंगे. So you don't have to encourage this at any cost. Whatever take your decision you take. No blame, no guilt. Right? Okay, so I don't want to make it very heavy. So I hope I'm clear. Sylvia ji?
Yes.
Very good. Anybody else who has any kind of question? Thank you for asking that, Sylvia ji. All right, anybody else? Oh, we are already reaching the closure time. So last and final call. Anybody who wants to share anything or ask question? We will continue this topic in the next week because many people are absent today. I want their participation also. So divinity in relationships, we will continue session number 8 also next week. And meanwhile, any questions you have right now, please ask.
Guruji,
yes.
Tomorrow you have at least 15 minutes to. I have some doubts to discuss with you personally.
You have a one-to-one call with me tomorrow after 11.
After 11, okay. Okay.
If it is personal one-to-one, you can call me after 11 anytime. Yeah.
Okay.
Just send me a text
please
message.
Your phone number, Ji.
Okay. I won't like to give that here. I will text you, and or you can just give me. Okay, wait. You are not in the group, is it? Dharmpurji, you have come here for the first time?
No. I had been with you for last 6 months, I think.
Okay, then you would be knowing my name, right? I'm not able to connect with you. Maniji, see Mani, is it?
Yes.
Okay, I have your number. Don't worry. I'll send you a message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. So I didn't get your full name that time. See Mani, so I know.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So I will give you a message. All right. Anybody else who has any kind of question? Anything you want to share? Anything you want to ask? Any learning from today? What are you taking away? Okay, let me ask you a takeaway. What are you taking away from the session today?
So I got my fear less today because I am frightening of that God fear. Now it is very clear that as you told that God won't punish us because some karmas may follow our activities. So I am very clear today.
Very good, Mani.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's a good realization. And that will make you more God-loving, by the way.
Yeah.
And when you love God, you become God. That is a beauty of it. When you know God, you become God. When you love God, you become God. So you are on the path. Very good. Yeah. All right. Anybody else? What is the takeaway? Yes, Shweta ji, go ahead.
So my takeaway was like you answered, Sylvia ji. तो मुझे मेरा आंसर मिल गया वहां से कि कब फुल स्टॉप लगाना है. So when you don't feel love, peace and happiness in any relationship, जब वो फीलिंग चला जाए तो फिर आपको रुक जाना चाहिए.
आप उनको बोल दो. Thank you very much. Enjoy your life. From my side, you will still get love, peace and happiness, but we'll meet next life.
Yep.
अगले जन्म में देखते हैं. इस जन्म का हो गया. बोल दो. देखा जाएगा.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Sylvia ji, what is your takeaway?
All relationships can be mended, I think, to a great extent. Till the time as you said, till the time we want it, and when it is possible.
Obviously. Because see, when you are not in this body, all the relationships are going to end anyway. तो अटैचमेंट अभी से छोड़ दो. बॉडी में रहते समय अटैचमेंट छोड़ दो. जिसको रहना है रहो, जिसको नहीं रहना जाओ. तब पता लगेगा ना कौन एक्चुअली आपके रिलेशनशिप का हकदार है. राइट? So I'm not advocating that you break all the relationships. No, I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that experience love, peace, and happiness in all the relationships. And if they come, they are with you, great. If they are not with you, not bad. Good enough. Move on. अपनी स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी को पकड़िए, रिलेशनशिप आएंगे जाएंगे, इंप्रूव भी हो जाएंगे. Yes, good learning, very good. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the session right on time. So if there are no further questions, I thank you all for your participation. Enjoy a great week. Watch the recording and come back next session with a lot more sharings and a lot more questions. Until then, all the best. Enjoy a great week. Aham Brahmasmi.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye.